Hi, this is Andy Kaufman, host of the People and Projects podcast. Today I'm teaching the last class of a quarter for an MBA program. And what's interesting is it's not just the last class for the quarter. For the people who are going through the class, this is the last quarter for their entire program. So they've given up 2 years of their life. They are ending today. And so I've got endings on my mind. You know, there's some pretty interesting research on endings. Perhaps you've seen some of this. We talked a little bit about it with Dan Pink earlier in the year when he was here talking about his book, When. He talked about if you've got some good news and bad news to share in a meeting, which one do you do first and which one do you do last? He says, lead with the bad news, end with the good news, because we tend to remember endings more than beginnings. Well, the message I want to share with you today is about the importance of ending well. You know, a lot of us are leading projects of some sorts. We know that one way to end a project well is to do some sort of retrospective or lessons learned, either at the end of the project or at the end of each iteration. Well, those are good things, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about on the people side when it comes to projects. End your projects well. Maybe you find some time with some of the people and specifically call out some things that they did well. Maybe you reminisce on some of the good memories from the project overall, but end your projects well. I've talked to a couple of people just within the last week that are ending jobs. And whether it's ending a job to go to a new job or ending a job, and I'm not quite sure yet where that next job is going to be, I'm telling you, end well. I bet you've seen this before, where someone, they maybe don't end well, and then a couple of years down the way, they have to work with some of those same people at a different company. I'm telling you the importance of ending a job well. I want to make sure you have that. And then how about ending your days well? One of the things that my wife and I decided years ago was we're going to end the days well. If we had some conflict during the day, we're not going to carry it over into the next day. The sun will not go down while we have it unresolved. And though we haven't been perfect, we totally strive for that. We try to end each day praying together and a kiss. End your days well. And you know, this time of year, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, we're getting close to the end of summer. People are taking vacations. How about this? End your vacation well. Maybe some experience that, whether it's on a vacation or just end the summer well with some sort of experience. Maybe the people that you're away with, take some time, not only just the experience, but specifically calling out things you appreciate about them. Why do we wait for eulogies to tell people about the things that we love about them? End your summer well. End your vacation well. You know, there's all kinds of endings. I don't know what your endings are as you go into the week ahead. End well. I'm going to try to do that in class today. And how about this? In the spirit of ending well with the video, I have the opportunity to hear from listeners of the People and Projects podcast from around the world almost every day. And I got to tell you, it means so much to me. We're on this learning journey together. So for those of you that have reached out, for those of you that follow and on social media, leave comments of encouragement, thank you so much for that. And how about with this subject here? Leave a comment. How do you try to end well? What are situations you've seen people not end well? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Have yourself a great one.